I'm gonna get my skill up by 1 point. Right, all I'm doing. What do you want to do? Me too. Tick. Shall we? Let's serve. Yeah, let's get it. We'll serve. We'll serve.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Oxstalls Tennis Centre for this delayed stream. We have been playing around with the technical side of things. So we have our players out on court. We've had a couple of matches so far, and we can provide you with updates as we go on. So this stream is going to be focusing in on the ladies' champion. So we are watching the whole of the group from start to finish on this single court. I am delighted to welcome Andrew Parker by my side. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you very much, Tim. Hello, everybody.
So we've had some issues with the stream, haven't we, Andrew? But there has been no issues with the play. The play, as always, high quality.
Absolutely.
On court, we have Holly Layson and Kathy Skinner. So Holly Layson on the bottom right-hand side. Kathy Skinner on the bottom. Now playing very well-known figures. On the other side of the court, Mel Lowe, top left, and Maisie Wise, top right. So both teams won their opening match. So we've got a group stage here with 5 teams. Each will be playing each other once before then going on to the knockout stages. What do we know about these players, Andrew?
Well, we know quite a lot about Mel and Maisie. They're horses to be reckoned with. They can hit the ball very hard. Having played against both of them, they're quite hard to get the ball from. I'm not as familiar with, but there's a couple of moments of confusion down the middle. Suggest perhaps they don't play very often.
They've coordinated with their colours, though, which is always appreciated. I've seen Holly Layson play in the Welsh Open a few months ago. Kathy Skinner, I believe, works on big yachts. That's her job, is going around all different countries. Some kind of role. I know she has a big following on Instagram.
There you go. Now I want to know. I have to know.
Well, if you follow her Instagram, you will know a lot.
If there's anyone following the stream wants to put a comment on and let us know what it is, that'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, many thousands of followers, I believe.
You see there how hard Maisie hits the ball.
Those elastic arms of hers coming into play. One of her stronger shots, that overhead.
Great rally. tenacity there. They didn't want to give that point up. Chanel showing her athletic ability, hitting a ball that's probably going 6 foot out. On the point all the same.
Yeah, and they're so hard to beat when they're on the offensive like that. Yep, Kathy Skinner there, but the third was just a bit too much.
Great hands.
Events. So, just to go through a few of the other names in this group that we'll be following later on as we progress through the days. So we have Kiara Cullum and Alice Lamb. We have Nancy McLeod, Joanna Tabana. Now I must pronounce Tabana correctly because Joe's mum often watches us. He's told me off.
I think you did an excellent job.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she'll be the judge of that, I guess. So
my Portuguese goes as far as thank you and a beer. So I don't
to be
get
honest,
thirsty in Portugal. That's about the only claim to Portuguese I have.
saying her name in a slightly Portuguese kind of accent doesn't really count as me knowing Portuguese. But I'll take it nonetheless.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
We have Chanel Lowe and Maisie Wise, of course, out on court. Bethany Pye and Jeanette Varndell. So we haven't seen them. Well, we'll be seeing them later. They have played a game already. But that a bit of a wild card pairing, those two, Bethany Pye and Jeanette Varndell. We know Jeanette Varndell very well. Has played for quite a while, and mother, of course, of Lauren Varndell, very, very strong player. But we don't know much about Bethany Pye. Who was started playing.
A little bit of a body bag on court there. Unfortunately, it was on the same team. I believe Bethany is playing with Mr. Lewis Oak tomorrow as well. So having a good outing. Apologise for the colourful language.
And then we have finally Skinner. Top of your screens. There's a good Skinner with that shot. So down 7-0.
Seen quite a few long rallies in this match. Bit of a pop up there that Chanel took full advantage of. Ball was not coming back.
No mercy. Chanel Lowe. 7-1 advantage isn't enough for her. He's going for blood.
Great hands battles there. Early on, interesting shot choice from Maisie with the forehand from the backhand side lob reset. Worked out.
It's, making up shots as she goes.
see the great value there of transitioning from the baseline to the kitchen. Now did a good reset right at the feet. Ball come up in the middle of the air. Immediately on the aggressive tactic. Net love there. And Maisie very keen to get to the kitchen.
Just split the line.
Bit of an overstretch there, Maisie, correcting herself straight away, saying half a step too far. We saw a little difference between the two teams there, where Maisie hit a bit of a pop-up and the other team couldn't put it away, whereas Maisie and Chanel are putting those shots away. I cannot recall them playing together, no.
Oh, that's a great thing. Maisie just anticipated.
I mean, I expected 0, so we got one. We got
Volley put away.
One was alright.
And Layson and Skinner applied themselves really nicely in that game. Showed some good defensive play. Ultimately, Wise and Low, probably the favourites, I would say, going into this tournament, showing their quality.
Yeah, in between the Wi-Fi tech support, watching them play, you could definitely see they seem to have a slight edge on everyone else. And I think it's that power game, they have the ability to put the ball away when the opportunity presents themselves. And also with their good hands, they can get the ball back and put opponents in trouble straight away. They can't get the ball past them, and as soon as they give them a chance, they're under heavy fire. I think Maisie's finish there really showed the value of court coverage and the position she took. She didn't have to move. She positioned herself on the tee, and she was there to mop up when the opponents make a mistake, and that's a valuable trait to have.
It is, and it's a trait also you get, Andrew, when you just play so much. It's unconscious sometimes. You've been in that position before, you play it so many times before, and you've got the same ball back so many times before. Your body just starts to kind of adapt to these positions.
Absolutely. There's so much data that's available to players when they're doing that they are ingesting subconsciously. Just the slight lean of your opponent, slight paddle angle. You know, the earlier you can start looking and reading these things will help you out in making decisions.
So we just had the English Nationals last weekend. How did you get on, Andrew?
Not so good in the men's after an 8 o'clock in the morning start. And I think if I get another 8 o'clock in the morning start next year, I'm going to stay up all night and then have a sleep. So, yeah, I think we were done by 9:20 and in for an early bath. But had a pretty good, successful Sunday playing with Marcia Audibert, and we went all the way to the final and won the gold of the 35+.
Congratulations. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like you, not doing so well on the Saturday. And unfortunately, continued that form into the Sunday as well.
Unlike our internet connection, you're nothing but consistent, Tim.
Absolutely. But we have our next game lined up for us.
Sorry, the comedy was delaying the start of this game as they were waiting for our thumbs up, and we were...
No, I was having too much fun.
As if we're here for pickleball.
No.
Here for the band.
You'd here to endure our jokes.
That is a very aggressive speed up. I'm not sure many people would have expected that, yet alone that shot at that quality.
Alice Lamb, Yara Cullen on the right-hand side up on the screen. Alice Lamb on the left. And they've played one and lost one so far to Nancy McLeod and Joanna Savannah.
See? Maisie and Chanel have a very clear game plan here. It's hard and fast, and knock up what's left.
Ruthless. As soon as that ball just comes slightly above net height, put away there by Maisie Wise. We've seen that a couple of times already, Andrew.
It goes to show my level of movement, because as soon as I saw that drop shot, I was thinking, good shot, point over, and then Chanel got there with more than enough time. Quality shot, and then gave Maisie the kill. And I don't think I was getting to that drop.
No, Chanel Lowe does have the ability, incredible defensive ability to turn defense into attack so quickly.
Taste of their own medicine with that one, eh? Losing side of a hands battle. Very important time.
Maisie Wise just cranking up for that one. See that happen in slow motion. Alice Lamb, unfortunately, on the back end of a Maisie Wise drive.
She did well to get her face out the way, so good job.
Yeah, that's as good as a point, right?
Absolutely. Interesting, leading up to that, you saw the tactical dink from Chanel. You know, we've been talking about their power game, but that opportunity come to play soft. He played a great dink cross court and wide, and that generated the pop-up for Maisie to get aggressive.
Good point there. Kiara Cullen. And that does give them their first point and make that 2. So 4-2. What happened with that one?
I think it clipped the bat, so we can't call it a swing and a miss. We won't be calling any taxis. It's fine.
Swing and a skim. Yeah, Alice Lamb and the Cara Cullen just couldn't get that one back.
Again, Chanel with a great dink there. Just got it behind the opponent. They were always going to struggle. Even if they got the dink back, they weren't going to win the next shot without a miracle shot.
Yeah, they've fought their way back into this, Lamb and Cullen. They won't want to give away easy points like that.
Kiara in the right to be aggressive there, but couldn't convert. Don't think the net caused it to go wide. I think it was going wide anyway.
Three. Maisie Wise and Chanel Lowe, 2 wins already, including a impressive win against Bethany Pye and Jeanette Farndale earlier. Coming from 6-0 down to win 11-6.
Maisie tried to leave that one, but just made the call half second too late.
It's a confidence booster. Get the elbow going, get the whole arm going.
And that's not hard for women's pickleball. That's hard for pickleball. That has the pace of anyone.
Absolutely, yeah. When Maisie Wise gets on the front foot like that and put a ball up, he's able to generate such power.
It's quite interesting as well because she has a relatively old technology paddle. So she's not getting any help from the paddle when she hits it. All Maisie.
That's the problem, isn't it? When you defend or you're attacking against guys like Chanel Lowe and Maisie Wise, when they're able to just pop the ball back at you, you're eventually going to make an error. You have to hit something really special to beat them.
And it's tomorrow. So easy to just keep delivering quality back.
So edging their way, Wise and Lowe, to a third victory here.
That's a great lead. Many leaves that have been hit there, and that was only 6 inches out, so it's a great call.
You always got to be slightly more alert when you see your opponents chasing down the balls. Fall them into the transition. Good chance they can compensate a little too much and that momentum coming forward into the ball. So well judged.
It's quite funny talking about leaves and everything from the side, knowing full well if I was on the court I'd have hit all the same shots myself, knowing, you know, when you're sat here going, oh well, that was clearly going out. It's so easy when you're stood up. Such good hands from Kiara, and then Maisie catches the line and it skids out wide.
Playoffs in this game. Third and fourth teams will play for a bronze on this court. And then first and second will play straight up. We just have to get confirmation on that because there is 5 in this group. So it may be that the bottom 3 play around robin for bronze medal. We'll figure that out and confirm.
I think you said Maisie and Chanel are favourites, but who's your pick for second in the final?
I think I was impressed by Bethany Pye and Jeanette Farndell. I said they were a wild card team. Bethany Pye, a very, very experienced rackets player, said to me earlier she's only played pickleball about 5 times. But he is a double world gold medalist in the under 18 festival a few years ago in racquetball. He won 2 gold medals in the World Racquetball Championship.
And for myself and others, racquetball is
Racquetball is a combination of 4 different racket sports. I believe it is, and I probably won't get them all, but tennis, squash, table tennis, and one other.
badminton.
There you go. So you play a variety of those different those sports. So comes from an incredibly experienced rackets background. So she's just picked up a different kind of racket.
It's almost overwhelming of a concept.
Have you never heard of it before?
I haven't specifically. I've often wondered if there was. Having played this.
Well, there you go. You can check out Racquetball. Yeah, so 2 gold medals in 2022. And she's just out on court now, warming up. You see her there on screen. That's Bethany Pye. But apparently next week she is going on a 7-month working tour on a cruise, doing various different coaching things, I believe, anyway. So she will be out of action.
Does
for
everyone
7
work
months.
on a yacht apart from me and you, Tim?
It seems to be a theme. I'm hoping for an invite, actually. I'm going to have a chat with Kathy Skinner a bit later. And maybe she can get me a free ticket to some kind of yacht.
Maybe you should sign up to one of Bethany's coaching courses.
Maybe. Yeah.
Is it pickleball or
I don't know if it's pickleball.
anything with a bat?
We'll have
it would
to
seem?
ask her. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But all I know is that, yeah, she's planning on going there for 7 months. And
I mean, it sounds rubbish. I think it's pretty much awful. Why would you want to work on a yacht? Something you love.
well, why indeed? Yeah. Well, you'd have to ask her, Andrew. But so we are just getting a short look at Bethany Pye. She's playing tomorrow, but we are planning on streaming tomorrow. So this might be some of the only footage we have of this player until she returns. She's playing with a certain Lewis Oak tomorrow. And I know they have big ambitions. And I think he's a bit gutted she's going as well. No doubt the pickleball community will be poorer without Bethany Pye. So they did play. Well, they had a hard opening against Chanel Lowe and Maisie Wise. They got 6. Well, they raced to a 6-0 lead, but then fell to an 11-6 loss. And we were impressed with Holly Lacey and Kathy Skinner, despite losing to Chanel Lowe and Maisie Wise. Showed some grit and determination and some good defensive skills in that as well. And so this will be an intriguing one.
read.
Start. High and Varndell.
And I've got two different starting of points there. Big crash bang in the first one, and a lovely dink rally in the second.
Be ready.
Great drop from Bethany there.
Kathy Skinner there getting the depth on the serve, in that baseline.
It was pulled in, but it was certainly very close.
Yeah, and it's just that a nice pop up there and an opportunity to attack from Holly Layson, using to knock that ball back into play, giving the advantage back to Varndell and Pye.
I'm going to do a little bit too much on the dink there. Pushed it a little wide. Despite the cries of go, it's just half a step too far.
Lovely. Wicket, mate. That was so good.
I like that drive from Kathy Skinner, showing some nice look on that shot, getting over that ball quite nicely, adding a little bit of top spin, getting that ball down nice and low, making it difficult for Varndell and Pye.
Yeah, just that little dip makes all the difference. Just hits the edge of your paddle, the middle of your paddle. It's a lot harder to control, lots of quality back on it.
Yeah, and picking up a head of steam here and getting to the change of ends, 6-4 up.
Yeah, a couple of quick points there from 4-3.
desperate to hit that one hard. Got down really, really low. And lovely first smash, but just probably slightly overplayed that second one.
It looked to me like hadn't quite got the appreciation of what a pickleball ball does. If you had a tennis racket in her hand, that shot was going to go in. But the pickleball paddle and ball react so differently to almost any other racket sport. Almost, you have to put so much onto it.
So much about pickleball is knowing when to take a bit of pace off the shot as well, and make sure keep your opponents at the back of the court, wait for a better opportunity, isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, it's not just about the shot you're hitting, it's about the one after that as well. If you can think about it like a 1-2 punch to get that point done, you'll be better for it.
Confusion with the score here. 7-4-2. Good pace there, and depth from Pi.
That was pretty impressive, and a few times you can see Pi's badminton pedigree there. And I think both to her favour and to her detriment, where you can see her really powerful backhand flick there. But a few points before where she was trying to get under the ball like you would in badminton and has fallen foul.
And that's brilliant play. The drop to set up the beginning of that, and then wham, that isn't coming back. Brilliant technique, Bethany Pi. And are they mounting a late surge here? And deploying a nice drop there as well, just catching them slightly behind that kitchen line.
As impressive as the power game is, it does go to show there's value in getting the ball reset.
And it looks like they are making a late surge, evening up the score now, 7-7. Just the level of Layson and Skinner dropping slightly. They were making a lot of balls earlier. That drop. Oh. First it, Andrew. It was a lovely looking first drop.
The first drop was immaculate and did great to get in the right position for the second one. Just didn't quite get the power on the ball that Bethany was looking for. That's a great run to get 7-8. Wonder if this is the game for second place.
I think you might be right, actually. This is going to be critical.
I think a bit of, you could see a bit there that Jeanette and Bethany haven't played much together, with Jeanette taking perhaps the backhand out of the middle where the forehand was available. Bethany perhaps not dominating on the court from a position as much, making Jeanette think she has to cover it. I think that's just because they haven't played much together.
That is a bad miss there, really, from Kathy Skinner, and she knows it as well.
You can feel that from both sides, from getting the cheap point and hitting the net. Been on both sides of that story.
Got another one to fend off here, 9-8-2.
Talking about multi-racket disciplines there, Jeanette showing a bit of paddle craft. A nice lob to the back of the court. set up the aggression.
So game point here, 10-8-2. And how important is this going to be? The overall complexion of this category. No.
Great pickleball there. Nice.
Very good. Very good. And just the backhand letting down Kathy Skinner on that last shot. And they'll be ruining their chances. Missed opportunities perhaps there. Had a nice lead in that one. Mason Skinner. High and Varndell come through to win 11-8.
Quite an interesting pickleball story in that one, from the one pair being a bit more aggressive, a bit more dominant, the other being a bit more ready to reset and play the soft game. Quite a lot of pickleball, the good pickleball players don't look as fantastic as you might imagine. They are just getting that reset done, playing the soft game strongly. I think that's where Varndell and Pye shone through.
Fresh off the back of a successful English nationals, Jeanette Varndell, getting through to the ladies' senior open final in that, losing out to Anna Linton and Marcia Audebert, a silver medal. That's no mean feat at all.
Absolutely not. They're two of the best 50-plus ladies in the country, Anna and Marcia. And that was actually a bit of a grudge match, because I think Kenner and Varndell beat Linton and Audebert in the rounds, which was quite the turn-up for the books.
Absolutely. Straight back underway. Back-to-back matches here in the Oxstalls Tennis Centre. Maisie Wise and Chanel Lowe. Nancy McLeod and Joanna Tabana. Tabana on the bottom left of your screen.
Joanna, of course, was recently in Rome with Portugal, playing in the European Championship. We have an international superstar in our midst.
Blimey. And they've done fairly well in their first two matches. Won the first one against Kiara Callum and Alice Lamb. And got 10 points off Holly Lawson and Kathy Skinner in their second. That is important, very important in the running. That's great movement forward there. Really, really good movement forward by Nancy McLeod.
You could see there how she had two hands on her paddle, creating a low position, showing that stability. Gave her the opportunity to reset that speed up because she was in the right position.
Start from McLeod and Tabana.
Same technique from Nancy on the reset. Two hands low, very simple, very effective.
Yeah, very good.
Did create the pop-up for Joanna, she just couldn't quite convert.
In Southampton, is it? Yeah, Nancy McLeod and Joanna Tabana. played together, I believe, at their club a fair amount.
That's part of the David Lloyd group, and Joanna plays a lot out of Bracknell with me and. Quite an interesting point there in Maisie and Chanel actually put a lot of pressure on Joanna there, and she did cover it well. But if Chanel and Maisie had have pressed to the kitchen when they got that, they would have made mincemeat of Joanna's lob. But as it was, they stood at the back of the kitchen, and then they had to play a much more difficult shot because of their failure to come to the kitchen. Good leave from Maisie. I think she was protecting her life rather than worrying about the point, but it was effective and got the point.
Good power there as well.
Maisie's serve is so good considering she prefers the drop serve, Tim. Your thoughts on the drop serve versus the volley serve?
It's I don't have any major thoughts other than it's unusual to see. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a case of it's the serve she's got used to playing.
Most people, most people who do the drop serve generally don't have a particularly effective serve. So it's quite interesting in Maisie that her serve is very good and she still perseveres with the drop serve, which is very effective. You know, none of this is criticism. Nancy sounds some great hands there. Real stable, real calm pickleball.
That is power finish there from McLeod.
That ball was hit.
It was really hit. She's demonstrated some lovely, talking about that defensive drop. She's got some real power behind her as well. And this is hard fought exchanges at the beginning of this match. Joe Sabana calling that one out, but correcting herself. She realised how close that one was.
The way Nancy and Joanna are playing, I think it brings our second place conversation into the fore again, because they're playing very well.
They're incredibly impressive partnering, these two. Experienced players.
Another great leave.
Yeah. That court craft, that ability to leave the correct balls. Skill in of itself, leaving the ball. One of the tougher skills.
It's interesting when I talk to people about it, and they say, "Oh, was that going out?" And I'll often say, "I'm not sure, but you should have left it." Because some of them do go in. But if you hit every one, then you don't get those ones for free. Just expect somewhere in the region of 10, 20% of your leaves to perhaps go in, but you've got 80 to 90% free points.
Yeah, defense to attack there, really nice setup from drop Chanel low, and we see that so often. That ability on the back foot to drop that ball into the kitchen and move ball, completely change the way the rally's going.
Nice rally. Great get from Nancy.
That's really brilliant play there, Joanna Tabana. It was a really good get from Maisie Wise, but she had the wherewithal to stay in that point and hit the next shot as well.
Does that qualify as a shake and bake and bake? She had two goes at the baking.
Oh, true enough, yeah. It was a shake and double bake.
Oh, double
I
bake.
think it's burnt by now.
Right. Maybe it was like double cooked chips. It was boiled and fried.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Neither of which are baked. So I'm not sure where we're going with that analogy.
Great catch.
Sorry, I don't know how that happened. I'm sorry.
Low and Wise here have built up a nice lead.
Doesn't feel like the score is what's happening on court here. It looks a lot closer than 9-3 from the rallies.
Yeah. It's that. Sometimes it's just having that additional 5-10% can make all the difference.
Sometimes games like this seem like they're more of a ding-dong because of the side outs. So you're quite good when your opponent is serving, but then you're halfway to the kitchen because one of you is already there. So that transitioning when you're serving, when you're both on the baseline to get both of you in the kitchen, is actually what makes the difference in a lot of these games.
Yeah, we've all had those games where we've come away and said the score didn't represent. Yeah, I lost 11-0, but I was in most of those points.
And when we talk about people, we talk about Tim and myself having, clearly that wasn't what happened in our head.
Good smash though again from McLeod, and that ball goes up high. You'd banker most of the time with that overhead.
Yeah, very, very powerful and great technique from an overhead smash perspective.
And winning the serve back, so 9-4, 4-9-1 now. Played a very good game, but it's that third that's going to be frustrating.
Bit of a tricky one there with Joanna, because Maisie put topspin on that ball, and then Joanna tried to counter it with topspin. Now, if you're struggling with that shot, it's generally better to try and put backspin on your third rather than try to put topspin on topspin. You kind of want to try and reverse the spin that's coming to you, or just find it come off the paddle a bit nicer. To see Joanna misjudged the jump of the ball there and just made the shot a bit more difficult for herself.
Yeah, nice pass there from Maisie Wise, finding what would have been the line had it got there. And that is match point. So after a very difficult start, they have eased their way.
Ruthless finish.
Ruthless and characteristic of Maisie Wise there. Joanna Tabana defending admirably. Some lovely resets, but as we said earlier, when Low and Wise get on the attack, they're very hard to stop. So 11-4 victory for them. And that's 4 out of 4, I believe.
Means they're done if they've had 4 for the round.
So another absolutely critical game. Wise and Low, they've qualified top, whatever happens. And let's see if we can look through this score sheet and see what's going. So we've got Nancy McLeod, Joanna Tabanas, 1 win out of 3. Kiara Cullum and Alice Lamb just coming on court now, losing both of their games so far.
So if Varndale and Pye win this, they'll have won 2 of their games, which will put them clear second.
Put them a clear second with 1 game to play. So Holly Layson and Kathy Skinner will be looking on anxiously. We've got 1 win out of 3. So if Kiara Cullum and Alice Lamb win, we have 3 teams on 1 win. Oh, blimey. But that overhead is... it's not coming back anytime soon.
I think we'd actually have 4 teams on 1 win if Cullum and Lamb win. We might have to get the abacus out, Tim.
No, you're right. Yeah, 4 teams on 1 win. If Cullum and Lamb can take this one. So then it will be all down to the last game. Anybody's match for that second spot.
And all 4 teams with 1 win will be playing each other.
Can you get more exciting than that, Andrew? But it hasn't happened yet. Lamb and Cullum have to follow through. Speed up. Given that I is inexperienced, throwing a few curveballs at her, unusual shots, not letting her get any rhythm in the game might be a bad reset there.
For those of you new to pickleball, you're not allowed to throw curveballs, Tim. That's baseball. You might have to rethink some of your metaphors.
You obviously haven't seen me play enough, Andrew. I love a good curveball. We did speak earlier, you mentioned earlier about just Varndell and Pye not necessarily, probably not playing together much before, so some confusion around who's taking that middle. And they will want to cut out those kind of errors. Just have a slightly higher level of communication. One of them calls for it.
Slightly complicated point structure there in that Varndell was transitioning from the baseline to the kitchen, so I was probably not perfectly aware of her movement. She actually did get there and could cover the middle, but like you said, without some communication, that is not going to be easy to work out.
Very experienced competitors, been around the circuit for a while. Bristol-based players. Or at least Cullum is from Bristol.
Nice rally there. A lot of dinking. Go for a lob to try and disrupt the flow, and it worked out well. Great leave. Literally an inch or two out. Looked primed for an ATP there, Tim, but Varndell went for the cross-court lob. That might be a difference I certainly would have been going for. I'm probably missing the ATP in that situation.
Yeah, I always say if there's an ATP zone, you've got to go for it, really. Just for glory's sake more than anything else.
Without question. If you have the chance to ATP and you don't go for it, your duper score does go down by 0.1.
They are watching. They are monitoring. Yeah. Great gets. Yara Cullum, I think maybe gets away with that last shot, charging forward.
Great hands, but a lot of leaves in that rally. As we've said, easy to say from here.
Yeah. Hi. Left that one, but these are so difficult, particularly when you haven't played that much pickleball, to get a proper judge of the court and when to leave and when not to. It will come with more practice.
Having played a lot of pickleball, I can vouch that it's still hard.
I know. I'm saying that like I'm a brilliant lever. I'd like to think I'm slightly better than when I started.
We all have goals, Tim. So good. Incremental improvement. We both had a lot of leaves in the quarterfinals onwards of the men's at the Nationals.
You did?
Both of us. We didn't hit hardly any balls.
Oh, I see. Yes. Well, I wouldn't know about getting through to the men's quarterfinals. The Nationals. Oh, I see what you mean, because you didn't... There it is. Got there.
100% leave success rate.
Yeah.
In the quarter.
100% shot success rate, I guess. Both 0 and 100. They've got a bit of a deficit here by Varngel to reduce. It's frustrating there. And Cullum, a bit of, just a pop up out of nowhere, really. Again, slightly at the centre. Pi coming across to maybe take it. And
I think if Pi does continue to play pickleball at this standard, she will get that presence on the court a bit more and be a bit more more forthcoming in taking the middle of the court when she's on the left.
Yeah, and when you've got a forehand like that, so you want her to take a lot.
But she's good on both wings, and she's got great soft game and aggressive game. I don't think her drives are to the standard she could get them to from what I've seen. But
no.
Soft game, overheads, drop. She's top class.
Yeah. I do like the top spin she has on shots as well.
It's invaluable. The soft game with top spin is a big differentiator.
It is, yeah, absolutely. So they're on the march back again, as they were in the previous game. 5-6 now. Just unable to lever that back. And again, a really good return. I think the most underrated or the most under-talked about shot is the return, because it very rarely or often doesn't win you points, but it gets you in an advantageous position in a point where you can then pick up the winning shot 1 or 2 shots later.
It's a really important point you make there, Tim. The more you can start thinking like that and not going full tilt at that first shot to win. Getting a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 power just to unlock that next shot.
Yeah.
You will be better for it.
So often, what games, and as soon as the team or the receiving team starts to hit deep returns consistently, suddenly you just find yourself winning so many more points. And it's often not because they're winners, but because they're pushing the opponents or keeping the opponents at the back of the court and then winning, through net dominance.
Yeah, as we spoke earlier, that ability to transition to the kitchen is so critical. And if you're at the back of the court, you're playing more and more difficult shots, whilst the other team have more and more easy shots. And, you know, statistically, you're going to lose more than those you can win, which is why that soft game, the reset, giving you time to get into the kitchen to then get into a dinking rally, put you in better stead in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. And this game is tight. It is tense. And Solomon Lamb looking for that first win. Still, of course, with an opportunity to qualify in the top 2 as well. So a win here potentially could springboard them for their last game. If they win that, they've got every chance of potentially finishing second.
As we said earlier, this would put 4 teams on 1 win. 4 out of 5, with 1 clearly going through. So
yeah,
it's going to come down to the last minute.
If Cullen and Lamb win this one, yes.
Of course.
If Kai and Varndell take it, they'll be looking pretty good for that second spot. And they'll know it's in their hands.
Yeah, that would put them favourite for second on 2 wins, with everyone else on 1 and 0. Notice quite interestingly there, Bethany holds the paddle with her index finger on the face of the paddle, which is how you would hold a table tennis bat. Will help with a bit more control, have that feeling of control through your index finger. It probably limits mobility and probably a bit of power, which is maybe why we're not seeing the drives to the same level that we would expect compared to the rest of her game.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, actually. Often that is associated, that finger position, with increased control. That's what it will give you.
We can get much tighter than 7-all, Tim.
Certainly can't. Lob goes up, and it's in. I think
it was in, but it was pushing the boundaries of in.
It was pushing the boundaries of in, but it's exactly what you want.
I saw many of them called out at the Nationals, Tim. That's
if this was the Nationals, it might well have been called out.
Which is why we struggle to get out of the rounds, I think, specifically.
Oh, is that right?
Bad calls.
Oh, classic. Oh, nice power there. Slam. Oh, yes. Beautiful overhead from her. Yeah, very nice technique and generating a lot of power off it. Wearing a Chew Valley badminton shirt. Juniors. Chew Valley Juniors. Chew Valley in Somerset. Which is Chew Valley's just south of Bristol. So we just get a...
You said Bristol earlier, right, Tim?
Yes, yeah.
Well done.
I did.
Personally, I've never heard of True Valley. I wouldn't have had a clue where it was.
No, apparently it's a lake. Chew Valley Lake.
Some great hands there. Finished with a relatively easy smash. Opportunity to win the match there. Unfortunately not taken. One more before side out. 10-7-2. Lovely drop, Bethany again showing topspin craft. Got it really tight, made it really difficult, and that's the match.